G'day guys, welcome back to the Backyard Workshop DIY. It's time for another tool in focus, and today we are going to look at the Ingco 20V multi-tool. Before we get started though, make sure you smash that subscribe button, and also think about jumping across to Insta or TikTok. Give me a follow there, that way you never miss out on any content. Also, shout out to Master Warehouse Australia for hooking me up with this to have a look at and see how I go. So let's dive in and see what we get in the box to begin with. Okay, let's see what we get. Now, bearing in mind it is a bare skin, so there is no battery. We have a box that has all our bits and bobs in there. So that's the sanding head, Velcro, it's handy. Comes with some sanding discs, although these have been creased, jammed into this box, and there's a little tear there, so I'll see whether I can get those to work. Round serrated edge, Allen key will be useful. Straight blade and a serrated braid blade. Then there's the tool itself, which feels alright. A little front heavy, but expect that without a battery. And a set of instructions. Let's put it together and see how it goes. Okay, first things first, I'm going to need to get this off. That on. So, Allen key that came with it. Oh, geez, that's in there tight. Okay, guys, so full disclosure, I don't actually own a multi-tool prior to this. I've used one before, but it's not something I've seen I've had a massive need for. I think one of the main ways I'm going to use it is when I'm reclaiming timber like this, trying to get these old nails out. Sometimes it's easy just to cut them flush if it's not going to impact that piece of work, and it's not going through the thickness of a planer. So, let's just see how we go. Someone in the comments will tell me I'm not using the right blade there. It's done it. Hasn't particularly liked it, but it's done it. Okay, so the nails kind of work, bit of a bust, but let's see how actually chopping. Now, cut, yes. Well, not exactly. Now, before people start commenting at me at the comments, I know this probably has a lot to speak about the blade that's on it, but I'm reviewing this straight out of the box, and that's the blade that was on it, or with it, in the box. So, I want to change that over to something else and see if that makes much of a difference for me. Okay, so cutting didn't work as well as I'd hoped. As I said, the start comes with 3 sanding discs, you know, really nicely, a 120, a 180 and a 240, so you get the graduations, but they have been creased, being pushed into that package, which I'm not sure how well it's going to go. I've put that Velcro head on. Let's line these up. Hopefully that doesn't create a spot where it's going to tear. Now, one thing I haven't looked at yet is this thing is variable speed. 1 right down to 6, so 1, really gentle, 3, 6, it's off its head. Now this I think will be really coming to a tone where I'm standing, so I put the 120 on, the harshness of the paper that was there. Now I think for doing something like getting into a corner, this could be handy, but let's turn this right and see what it can do. So that's actually made quite a dent in quite a short period of time. So as a sanding tool, this is impressing me far more than it did as a cutting tool. Okay guys, so we've tried this as a cutting tool, we've tried it as a sanding tool. I actually don't have a use for either the scraper or the other cutting tool right here and now, so I'm not going to put them on. But fair to say, as a cutting tool, underwhelming. And I know that could just be this particular blade, and I should get some more blades and try it out. But first impressions with the blade it came with, underwhelming as a cutting tool. As a sanding tool, however, pretty impressive. The speed variability helps there too. And I love that I'm going to be able to get into some corners Instead of having to sand pre-assembly, I'll be able to do some post-assembly sanding. So that's actually why I've left the Velcro sanding head on it, because that's how I'm viewing this, as a sanding tool. I don't know that I'll use it much for cutting. That's my really quick look at the Ingco multi-tool. Once again, shout out to the guys at Master Warehouse Australia for hooking me up to give it a shot. And if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And as always, have a good one, guys.